My name is Rosemarie. I had a medical negligence case. I went to a surgeon for my left hip because I tried everything possible. I had cortisone injections, x-rays, and it showed arthritis on my left hip. So I selected this surgeon and I put my trust in his hands. I was excited that I was going to feel better after my hip replacement, and instead of getting better, it just got worse. I had pain before the operation and I had pain after the operation up until the next operation. It started in the surgical ward. I'd had pain straight away when I woke up, and that wasn't even going away with the morphine. And then when I was put into the rehab ward, that's when I started getting the cramps. So I remember screaming, and they came running and they wanted to give me endone, but I didn't want endone, it was a cramp. But I thought they were writing everything down, and I thought it was all getting spoken to the doctor, but none of that was happening. And I was just taking endone every time I went down for exercises, and I felt strange going home feeling like that. Then I got the cramps at home. My family came running to me through the night because I couldn't put my leg flat. So every time I put my leg flat, I would cramp up. I couldn't live like my quality of life. I couldn't walk the dog, couldn't even sleep at night. And I thought, well, I just kept going like that on painkillers. And my sister-in-law had an operation and she was better in like a month. But I wasn't looking at my sister-in-law, I was just looking at me thinking, I've been going a year and I still wasn't right. So that's when Patricia organised for me to see her surgeon, because I didn't feel like I was listened to. So Patricia spoke for me, and the second surgeon, he was wonderful. He just looked after me, sent me for x-rays, and he looked after me for 3 years after that, because I had damage in my tendon. And I was really, really relieved and happy with that outcome with the doctor. He's wonderful. It was very scary bringing a case against a doctor because of the doctor's reputation. I thought, was I exaggerating? I was like that. But I had a lot of pain and I didn't think about myself at all. I just thought I'll just keep going the way I was going because I didn't know how I was walking, or I couldn't see the injuries on me. I just kept going. But then it was explained to me that being a medical negligence case, it's against his insurance, just like you would if you were having a car accident. I first came in contact with Stacks Goudkamp through my sister-in-law, who organised a phone consult. Working with Stacks Goudkamp was the best thing that happened to me because I felt safe in your hands. I felt very comfortable, very reassured. I was told constantly not to stress because you were carrying me, and that was true all the way. If someone went through a medical negligence case, I would tell them the same thing as Patricia told me and Alicia told me. I would tell them it's about you as a person, and you're the one going through the pain and you've got to live with it. On the day of my settlement conference, before I even walked in the room, I was a bit nervous. Being in that room with Alicia and the barrister, they just put themselves on my level, nothing bigger than me, or even the defendant's lawyers were very nice. We just wanted to settle the whole situation, which happened on that day, and I was very grateful. In my legal case, Alicia kept me informed constantly by email, by phone calls, and if I didn't understand anything, I was so comfortable with Alicia, like I would say, I really don't understand that word, or I don't understand that sentence, and she would explain everything to me. So I didn't feel silly or anything. I could just be open and speak to her. And being in this condition, you're very vulnerable. My confidence levels are much better than before, and she lifted me up. I didn't feel Alicia ever looked at my case like a job. She looked at me as a person, and the whole team at Stacks Goudkamp looked at me as a person and fought for me And Alicia did say to me that I was worth fighting for. So I thank her with all my heart.